Let's rank all of the Final Destination films. And in last place is The Final Destination. With this film, it just leaned more towards the 3D gimmick and not the characters, not the deaths. This was one that definitely could have been better, but it just wasn't. At number 5 is Final Destination 5. Even with its crazy ending and its super gruesome deaths, it does feel like that they could have done a bit more with this film, but yeah, it was still pretty good. I do think it could have utilized the concept on how to seek death that they introduced in this film a bit more. At number 4 is Final Destination 2. I did like the characters a lot in this film. The story for the most part I do believe was okay until like by the end of it with the pregnant lady plot. But this film has the most gruesome deaths out of the franchise, and it did really good with that. At number 3 is the first Final Destination. I do think that this film did a very good job at introducing the concept of death and how it works. A good mystery and horror around that. With the deaths, they were pretty tame, but then again, this was the first film. But with that, I do think this was a good introduction to all that. At number 2 is the new Final Destination Bloodlines. And with this film, it has a very interesting concept. It reignited the Final Destination film. And I did like the characters a lot for the most part. I do wish that they did more of the characters, but at the same time, this was still a great film. But at number 1 in my favorite Final Destination film is Final Destination 3. I did really like the roller coaster scene, and I did really like the main character played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead a lot in this film. I do think that this film did great with its concept, and that's why I think it's the best. But at the same time, as I think about it, this one and Bloodlines could probably switch places. Overall, that is my ranking of all of the Final Destination films, but what would be your ranking? Let me know in the comments below and follow me for more.